Why did Blake Lively have so much control during the filming and after with their movie It Ends With Us? A film that happened because of him. He got the rights to the novel that the film is based on. His production company produced it. He directed it and he starred in it. He directed it. He's the director.
Y'all, this Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni drama is wild. Every time you check, there's another lawsuit. Blake hit Justin with assault allegations on the It Ends With Us set, which the New York Times ran with. Then came the lawsuits, Blake versus Justin, Justin versus Blake, and even Justin suing the Times for $250 million. And Ryan Reynolds, he's backing Blake, stirring even more tension with Justin. It's messy, y'all. Allegations, countersuits, and big money claims are flying, and we're breaking it all down. Stick around to catch all the tea and figure out who might actually be in the right. Let's dive in. So, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal battle has reached next level crazy. I mean, these lawsuits are like two completely different stories about the same situation, and it's hard to figure out what's really going on here. Blake says Justin actually harassed her on the set and then went all out to destroy her career with a smear campaign, working with his publicist and crisis manager to trash her name. But Justin's not having it. He's out here saying Blake's the one who started spreading lies about him, and now she's using the lawsuit to finish him off while trying to clean up her own mess after that press tour, which, let's just say, didn't sit well with domestic violence victims. Each of them is throwing more than 80 pages of claims and evidence into the mix, but honestly, it's hard to tell what's real with all the back and forth. Alright, so this is how the whole thing started. The movie that brought Blake and Justin together, It Ends With Us, is based on Colleen Hoover's novel about a woman trying to escape an abusive relationship. Justin's production company, Wayfarer Studios, bought the rights to adapt it. At the time, Justin was known for his role as Raphael on Jane the Virgin, and for being all about women's advocacy, especially through his Man Enough podcast. Blake, on the other hand, was already the household name from Gossip Girl, hit movies, and of course being married to Ryan Reynolds, the king of Hollywood. When she signed on for the film last year, it seemed like just another summer movie, dark twist included, but things got shaky real quick. The first sign of drama popped up during filming when the two were caught having a heated exchange that leaked online. Now, we didn't know what went down between them, but when the press tour kicked off that summer, the tea spilled. None of the cast showed up with Justin, and many of them even unfollowed him on Instagram. Naturally, the internet went wild with rumors about a feud, but neither Blake nor Justin said a word. Justin kept pushing the press tour, talking about domestic violence awareness and calling the movie a gift to survivors. Meanwhile, Blake, girl was dropping tone-deaf moments in interviews, like telling fans to grab your friends, wear your florals, and totally ignoring the whole domestic violence topic.
So grab your friends, wear your florals, and head out to see it.
Yeah, that didn't land too well with one person turning it into a joke. Grab your friends, wear your florals, we're going to court, y'all. But now, here's where things get really ugly. As Blake's interview started popping up online, the internet turned on her, and it wasn't pretty. People started digging into her past, pulling up old interviews, and the heat really cranked up when they found this 2016 interview with Kirstie Flay, where Blake wasn't exactly the sweetest. That clip seemed to be the nail in the coffin. Around the same time, sources started talking, saying Blake and Justin had creative differences on the movie. But the real gossip? Apparently, Blake felt some type of way about Justin's comments on her weight. Yikes. That only fueled more rumors, and it was unclear who was actually in the wrong. By the time the press tour ended, Blake's image had taken a major hit. People started calling her a mean girl, and it even made it into Netflix's Torching 2024, a roast of the year, where one comedian straight up called her a CT. Yeah, it was that bad. But just when it seemed like the whole thing was about to blow over, Blake hits us with the lawsuit against Justin, and boom, Hollywood was shook. The whole thing just exploded again. Now, in her lawsuit, Blake is accusing Justin Baldoni and his producing partner Jamie Heath of some seriously messed up behavior. She says that both of them subjected her to invasive, unwelcome, unprofessional, and sexually inappropriate behavior. And I mean, it's bad. Apparently, Jamie Heath was showing nude videos and images of women to Blake and other employees. Yikes. But it doesn't stop there. Blake claims Justin Baldoni would barge into her dressing room without even asking, like even while she was breastfeeding. On top of that, she says Baldoni made unpleasant comments about her weight to the film's trainer and even took things too far during a kiss scene, improvising physical intimacy without her consent. As if that wasn't enough, she alleges Baldoni also started inappropriate conversations about climax, like asking if she and Ryan Reynolds climax simultaneously. Like, what? Blake says she raised these issues during production, and that's when a meeting happened where Baldoni supposedly agreed to stop the behaviors to keep her on the film. But according to Blake, things didn't end there. Oh no. She claims Baldoni launched a smear campaign to stop her from going public with his actions. To back this up, she provided text messages between Baldoni, his publicist Jennifer Abel, crisis PR manager Melissa Nathan, the same one who worked with Johnny Depp during his battle with Amber Heard. These messages showed them actually celebrating Blake's social media downfall. In her complaint, Blake also highlights a text exchange that went down on August 4th. Apparently, Abel messaged Nathan saying, "I'm having reckless thoughts of wanting to plant pieces this week of how horrible Blake is to work with just to get ahead of it. Yeah, it's looking real shady over here." And also, according to Lively, after Sony gave her the green light on her requests, Baldoni pulled some serious strings. Apparently, he hired a whole team to start this campaign to destroy her reputation. Lively says all this shady behavior has caused her some major harm, and it's still affecting her every day. And Baldoni definitely didn't just sit back after all those accusations. Nope, he snapped back with his own claims and a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times for basically running with Lively's accusations without doing their homework. According to him, the whole nude video thing, a total misunderstanding. He and his lawyer argued that it was actually a home birth video, which Heath was given permission to show by his wife, in prep for a birth scene in the film. They even included a still from the video to show there was nothing sexual about it. Then there's that kiss scene Lively mentioned. Baldoni claims that Lively had actually declined to meet with the intimacy coordinator beforehand, which left him in a bit of an awkward spot. According to his side of the story, he ended up having to meet with the intimacy coordinator alone and then pass on sex scene suggestions to Lively. Not exactly ideal, right? And when it comes to the weight comments, Baldoni says he was just trying to be cautious for the movie. He was gearing up for a physically demanding scene where his character had to lift Lively, and since he has back issues, he was just making sure he could do the lift safely. He's claiming it was all out of concern for her safety, not trying to shame her in any way. Oh, it doesn't stop there. Baldoni's got more to say. Apparently, the trainer's comments about Lively's weight made their way to her, and then Reynolds got involved. Baldoni says Reynolds was angry and stern when confronting him, but sources who spoke to TMZ say it wasn't as dramatic as being humiliated in front of their celebrity friends. Still, it's safe to say it wasn't a pleasant conversation. And about that whole entering the trailer while Lively was breastfeeding thing, Baldoni's got a response for that too. He claims there are texts proving that Lively actually invited him into her trailer while she was pumping so they could work out their lines. Not exactly the kind of situation where someone's barging in uninvited, right? Now, when you look at all these back and forth claims, it's like a real-life game of he said, she said. Each side's got their own version, and it's hard to tell where the truth really lies. Baldoni's lawyer is even calling out the New York Times for cherry-picking text messages. According to him, the messages Lively and the paper used left out important context, like emojis and earlier parts of the conversation that could change how the whole thing is interpreted. But then, someone online threw in their 2 cents saying, mildly annoying woman versus predatory creepy man. It really shouldn't be debatable which is worse. I mean, that's a pretty bold take, but you can't deny the way people are drawing their lines. So what's next in this drama? Well, we know this. Both sides are hell-bent on clearing their names. But with Lively's accusations, especially about harassment and inappropriate behavior, it's forcing everyone to take a hard look at the evidence. Women in Hollywood, as we know, have been speaking out about harassment for years, but it's always been a battle. The consequences often end up damaging careers and reputations, so there's definitely more to this than just a celebrity spat. Baldoni, on the other hand, is playing the David versus Goliath card. He's saying that Lively, with all her power in Hollywood, has been using that influence to push her creative agenda on the film. And now, he claims, she's doing the same thing to save face and protect her reputation. His lawyer even called Lively and Reynolds untouchable Hollywood elites, basically saying that their position in the industry makes it harder for people to challenge them. And man, the internet is lit right now with all these opinions flying around. One person's out here saying, if Baldoni is more powerful than Blake and Ryan combined, I would have believed this accusation. But we all know that Blake and Ryan are two power couple in Hollywood, and Baldoni is nothing compared to them. This is purely power tripping because Blake's ego can't fathom the idea that she's canceled. Then there's this other person who's throwing some real shade at the situation. The situation surrounding Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni is truly disheartening. Why do some women in these prominent positions allegations feel compelled to twist the narrative to damage a man's reputation when things don't go their way. Wasn't Amber Heard enough of a warning sign? Yeah, that part is oof. And if you thought things were done, hold on tight, because Baldoni's lawyer is planning to drop more bombshells. The lawyers already said that another lawsuit against Lively is coming soon, and they're going to release every single text message between the two of them. Yes, all of them. Baldoni's ready to let the public make their own judgment, with all the receipts on the table. Looks like this one's far from over. Stay tuned. Let us know in the comments. Check out my previous videos to stay updated on the latest and hottest teas. See y'all later!